Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. Downtown Kato Paphos is coming up, that's for sure. We're going to head down to the promenade and the harbour area. The weather's not too bad. They have forecast torrential rain, but I think maybe, let's keep our fingers crossed that they are wrong, because it is Saturday and there's been weddings on all day, because as tradition goes, when we get to May, and of course normally it's sunny, which it is, but we can get the odd bit of participation, unfortunately, a bit of the old rainy dampy stuff, but hopefully, touch wood, we're going to be all right, and hopefully there's many people had a great wedding, shall we say. What's going on here, Miss Andrea? Why am I having to stop? What's this Mini doing? You know what makes me laugh about these cars? Mini, not about car, by the way, but the word Mini, doesn't that mean small? Whereas that thing is almost as big as the van next to it, and it dwarfs most cars. But it is a very good car indeed, there's no doubt about that, and people do like them. Of course, if your name is Miss Catherine and you've got a husband called Mr. Reed and you're living not far from Darlington, that's your car. But of course yours is white with black accessories, isn't it? There we are. How's that Maserati doing, Mr. Reed? How is that Maserati? And when are you coming back to Paphos? That's what we want to know. He's busily doing all his laundry, isn't it? And he's busily ironing all the sheets and those kind of things. I'm only joking. He's not doing that. He's got a laundry business for hotels, and it's quite a big business, so he's not doing that. He's managing it, that's for sure. Anyway, let's have a look. What's the price of benzene? There we go, 144.9. So 145 per litre in the euro. In the pound, that's what, £1.35. So on that note, if you're wondering, if you're curious to know how is the little channel of Marika and me funded, very simple. All you have to do, please, if you'd like to, is hunt us down on the platform known as Buy Me a Coffee. So if you were to hunt in Google Marika and me Buy Me a Coffee, or Marika and me Google Buy Me a Coffee, those sort of things, all go and hunt us down on our About page, where you'll find the little icon called GoFundMe, why not? We'll do that when we need the Rolls Royce. Buy Me a Coffee, and you can click through, and if you would be so kind as to buy us a coffee or two, we'll put your money in the tank, and we'll continue to drive around and make these special videos for you. That's how it works. We're talking about GoFundMe. We will have to set up one of those GoFundMe pages, because as Lord Damon Ritchie has said, I can't buy a Bentley because Bentleys are for poor people, but I am poor because I haven't got any money. But he is right. To be honest, I should get a Rolls Royce. I want a Rolls Royce Phantom. That's what I fancy. Pure black with lots and lots of chrome, because it's quite flash, because Marika does like a bit of bling bling, and we understand that there's a superstar amongst all of the superstars, and she's the girl in charge of pretty much about everything on the little channel known as Marika and Me, and she likes a bit of bling as well. So what better car to pick up the superstar known as Dame Anne than in a black blinged out Rolls-Royce Phantom. Anyway, that's the fantasy over. She was getting excited there, weren't you, Dame Anne? But she's coming to town next week, and I promise you, we're going to get Dame Anne on camera. That's after she's been for a gluten-free donut, because I've promised her one of those in the promenade area. So here we are. That is the Olympic Lagoon Resort. So that means that we have joined the Pasadonnas Road, which is Hotels Road to you and me. Very simple. Let's not monkey around with this Greekish. We can't speak it. You've got the Ampura Resort on the left. So that's like an apartment hotel complex with a spectacular view, because it sits on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea. Coming up next is a car park and the Anesthesia Beach Bar, themed in the shape of a ship. And then next door to that is the Amavi 5-star luxury hotel. And whenever I think of that hotel, I always think of Joe Cox, his beautiful wife, Miss Julie, their sister, Miss Kath, and her partner in crime, Mr. Colin. They came out and had a great birthday celebrations over Christmas, and they're looking forward to coming and doing it all over again. So we'll see you soon, Joe. Hopefully Manchester is not treating you too badly. Next hotel on the block, there he is, Alex on his horse Stavros, and he's raring to go. He knows Dame Anne is coming into town very soon. After that, Miss Maggie's coming to town. After that, Fiona, yes, she's coming to town. It won't be long before November comes, and that means Lady so sweet Caroline, and of course the one and only man known as Lord Nigel Big Guns. they're coming to town and they're going to check in. Now, I want to mention a new superstar. There's a new girl that's coming to join the breakfast crew. Now, let's have a little look and let's have a little game and let's think, what is her name? Well, her man got a bit confused and apparently she wouldn't talk to him for a while because he was talking about brandy, and brandy is not what it's about. Brandy's a little bit overpowering, a little bit strong, a little bit sour. Well, that's what I would say, because what you need is that little bit of extra sweetness in your life. And what you have to understand, that when Miss Sherry says something, Mr. Daniel, she's always right, because of course her name is Miss Sherry Right. The super dose of sweetness that's going to be added to the breakfast crew for the next, well, foreseeable future. We're going to pop her on a sofa and sit her next to the superstar known as Dame Anne, and sit her next to my star, the one and only greatest lawyer in downtown Poland, and of course her name is Miss Anna Star. She's the girl in charge of all of the legalities on the little channel known as Marika and me, and sitting next to her is Mr. Bart, because he is the greatest soon-to-be trainee lawyer, and he's looking to take over the mantle, that's the hat, of his mum when his mum retires. And he believes that he could be even a better lawyer than his mum, although I don't think so. So, on that special sofa, we've got Dame Anne, the number one. We've got Miss Sherry, our sweetness, and of course, our star, Miss Anna Star. And sitting on their arms, looking after them, we have the Viking Ronnie. He's sitting there with his filter coffee and a piece of milk for toast. Big morning to you, Mr. Ronnie. And of course, sitting on the other arm, the man in charge of all of the policing. He's the man who's going to have a charge. Hold on, I thought that was a brick falling down there, but it wasn't, a piece of cardboard. There we are. Sorry for the interruption in the little rant. But sitting on the other arm is the superstar, the superintendent of all the policing in the world. And of course, his name is Ronnie Miller. He's coming to Paphos soon as well, and you never know, we might get him to dance the Chuchuchka down the downtown Kato Paphos promenade. Now, you may have noticed there's a bit of big diggering going on, which is why we brought the sweetness known as Miss Sherry into the channel, because she is too sweet for everybody. There we are. And she's going to come to town in and around about June, and hopefully we're going to get her to Chuchuchka dance down that Kato Paphos promenade. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to be great friends, and we wish you a fast recovery, Miss Sherry, and we understand that the local drug pusher known as Mr. Daniel will look after you, that is for sure. And we'll Chuchuchka dance down to the Paphos diner and eat this and eat that and drink this and drink that, so Mr. Daniel can pay the bill, because he's got plenty of money, because now he is a fully qualified drug pusher. Actually, he's a paramedic. There we go. Right, so welcome to the channel, Miss Sherry, and hopefully we can bring a bit of fun and a bit of light into your recovery program. There we go. Talking about light, well, it's a bit dull in downtown Paphos. It is indeed. The showers haven't come. Maybe they're up in the mountains, but luckily they haven't seemed to attack Paphos. We had a very early shower, but as you can see, the drive, when we're driving around, the pavements are dry, there's no puddles anywhere, so we've had a lucky escape, and we've been left with a little bit of, well, drabbiness, shall we say. So we're going to work our way around, and the idea is to get down to the Paphos Harbour. Most of you who follow the channel understand that we can't drive down the promenade at the moment because there's big diggering and bits and bobs going on. So we have to do this detour onto the main inner ring road. This is going to bring us out by the Paphos Mall roundabout, which means the Paphos Mall is that silver building over there on the right. In front of us is Tomb of the Kings Road, and we're going to go left and work our way down to the harbour area and see what the view is like, and to see what is going on. Is it busy? There's people walking around in t-shirts, as we can see. There's a bus in a hurry who didn't want to stop at the red lights, Miss Andrea. Did you see that? That's the bus coming from Coral Bay, 615. If you want a bus to and from Coral Bay, the bus number is 615. And then the red bus with no roof is the Paphos sightseeing bus. They park up in the harbour main car park. You can't miss them because they are big buses with no roofs on. So perhaps not the best trip to go on today because they are forecasting heavy, and I mean heavy thunder showers. But on other days, it's quite a nice tour. And they go out pretty much every hour to hour and a half. So pretty standoutish, aren't they? Red buses with no roofs. You'll see them parked up. They've got about 3 of them in the main harbour car park. You pop in, have a conversation with them, cross their hands with a little bit of silver, and you get to go and see parts of Paphos perhaps that Mr. Paul doesn't take you to. Or just sit in the back with me and in the boot, don't forget, confusing my English there. If ever we get into any trouble, there's 2 boys lounging around in the back, taking it easy, but now and again they have to work, and we pop the boot release and they jump out and they attack everyone they can see with a mallet. It's that simple. And then when we're finished, we take them up to the yard, chuck them in the caravan, and they wander around like a couple of Rottweilers, making sure that nobody ever dares to steal our Mazda Demio bumper that Mr. Hassan was looking for the other day. And he couldn't find it. So somebody has been to our workshop and had a good rummage round the back. And we don't like that, so we need Rottweilers. So, double trouble, or as I call them, a couple of pains, are going to be employed. That's for sure. And you never know, we might even get a ringleader. His name could be Lord Dave Jono, a man from Rotherham. And he can give you a Rotherham kiss if we catch him wandering around. Anyway, look at that. We are in downtown Kato Paphos Harbour, and the sun is coming out, especially for you. Pretty early in the morning, only 9:30 if you understand me, and as you can see, there's a little bit of movement in the water, and there's 2 Kumbarus sitting there. Look at them, there they are. Having a chat, Mr. Consinus, the man who likes to put your name on a grain of rice, and Mr. Chris, who's the sponge man. If you go hunting back through last summer's videos, you'll find them, and we're great friends with them, and they're getting ready to set up. The summer season hasn't actually started yet, so they're waiting for their permits. That's street sellers, if you understand. So that's people selling balloons, they're selling little bracelets with your name on a grain of rice, they're selling sponges and other bits and bobs. And then if you want an ice cream, well, there you go. There's Mr. Whippy, and he's waiting for you with a 99 flake. Do you remember when an ice cream and a flake was 99 cents? No, probably you don't, because you're all too young. Well, I do. Well, I don't, actually. I never used to pay anyway. I assumed it was 99 pence. Yes, it was, because it used to say, did it 99 pence, and show you an ice cream with a flake. Although more likely you were just getting the flake. But anyway, it's not that price anymore. It's about €3.99 if you want one of those. So let's put the window down, and then let's give them a wave and see. Hey! There we are, I got a big A. I got an A. Hey! How are you? That means how are you from Mr. Chris and Mr. Constance. They're sitting there, passing the time of day on the coastline as the blue Mediterranean Sea, that's a little bit grey today, is licking and lapping the coastline of downtown Paphos. So, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, why not hit that like, click the subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my madness. This is the road that takes you from the harbour to the inner ring road or to the Paphos Mall roundabout to make it easier for you to understand. So if you continue to come back, you're going to find your way around, as Mr. Peter Tissot has found out. Now and again, even the idiot known as Mr. Paul with a blue hat and a pair of sunglasses can share a useful insight into the world of Paphos. And don't forget to come back later, because guess what? The superstar known as Miss Ochin Gracilia LaBouffe will be back. I will have transported her from the Lanarek. I need a coffee. Hold on a second, I've got one here. That was nice. Thanks, Tony. That's Tony Nancaro's coffee. Thank you very, very much. Anyway, I will have transported her back from Larnaca to Paphos, and the first place that she wants to go is the downtown Kato Paphos Harbour and Promenade, and we're going to prance up and down, and you never know, if you're in Paphos, we might get to bump into you. If you're very, very clever, I stay in your hotel. Thanks for watching, and of course we'll see you again very, very soon indeed. I'm going to go and drink Tony Nancaro's coffee, and a big, big shout out to Miss Wendy. And hopefully you have a great, great holiday in downtown Hampshire, and save your pennies, because of course next year you're off to Orlando with all of the family, and you're going to have a great holiday there, that's for sure. And you might even get to meet Mickey Mouse, although hold on, he's in the downtown Kato Paphos Harbour. Thanks for watching.